Hi, I'm Kristina from Two Peas in a Bucket, and I am here to show you my picks for this week. Last week there was a comment on the YouTube video that I did for my Kristina's picks about preserving memories and versus product. While I am very passionate about preserving memories and have been for the last 11 years while I've run Two Peas, I am also really passionate about paper crafting and using products, scrapbooking products. So this week's my picks are using your paper products in different ways to get the most out of all of the things that you have. So this week the first pick is actually not a paper product, but more actually a party product. This is a Martha Stewart pom-pom craft kit, and they're tissue paper pom-poms. And we've got two different sets right now. We actually have, we ordered a ton at this winter show that should be coming soon, of all different sizes and all different colors. I love these. I used these for a bridal shower last summer, and today I actually am having a spring party here at Two Peas in our warehouse and have decorated our warehouse. So I have a whole bunch of samples actually hanging up that I can show you. So please remember that this is a warehouse, and it's not a perfect space, but we do the best that we can to decorate it. So you can see I hung the pom-poms off some fishing line actually, because I didn't want the lines to show. I just ran the line across the room. I added some paper lanterns just for fun, and I don't know if you can see, there's an orange one. I just set it up on top of a shelf. It doesn't necessarily have to be hanging. You can set them on things, you can wrap them around things, you can do all kinds of different fun stuff with them. And in fact, what I would like to show you is how you actually can make some yourself if you want to. You use some tissue paper. It's really easy. You can cut them into various sizes. Cut several pieces of tissue paper in the same size and do accordion fold. When you get the Martha Stewart kits, they come already folded in an accordion, or they have the scoring lines so that you know exactly where to fold them, and then they're all cut. The edges are either rounded or they're cut in a triangle like this. I simply accordion folded mine, put a wire around it, and then cut my edges myself. The Martha Stewart ones, you have to fold, you put the wire around them, then you have them like this. And what you do is you just separate the tissue paper, bring them up, and separate them like that. And just keep going with layer after layer until you get a nice round ball. You can do any kind of edge you want. I've done some long skinny edges, I've done some rounded edges, some pointed edges. I have a couple that I did that I just have sitting here to show you. And with these, you know, you could hang them, you could do the same thing that you do with other things. I actually put some, I wired them to some wooden dowels like this, and actually made some little treat buckets with them. And you can see some of the different sizes and varieties that I made here. Super easy. You can get tissue paper really inexpensive in so many different colors, so they could suit a lot of different purposes. You also could use paper. Now I know this is really weird, but I actually did try paper, and you have to wet it in order to loosen up the fibers, but you can do the same thing. Once you've got it wet, you can crinkle it and make it. They're not quite as full, but a little more stiff, but you can use really lightweight paper. Okay, so those are the tissue paper flowers. What I also did was made all kinds of banners, and I used different collection packs. And the reason that I did this is because they have coordinating papers already in them. Now you could go through your products that you already have and use them and just pull out things you wanted to, or this, for me, this was just really easy. I just opened up some collection packs. All of the papers already coordinate. I know that they do, so I just started cutting away and cutting them into triangles and putting them on things. Now, one way in which I did this is I decorated my ATC holder. I've never actually used the ATC display holder for an ATC. I've always used it for display. This will be the third or fourth party in which I've hung things from it. And this one I just hung all of the coordinating papers from Basic Gray. This is the Sugar Rush collection. And just cut them into varying sizes depending on the thing. Hung some ribbon and some tissue paper flowers for a different kind of centerpiece. I'm just going to show you really quickly. For the other thing for these is that I found this really awesome punch that we have. It actually has an embossed dot around it, and it's the perfect size scallop. I really like this one, and it created a really nice scalloped edge on here, and it also created an embossed dot. It's really hard to see on here, but you can go all the way around your entire piece of paper, and then, you know, punch holes up at the top. You just need 2 holes, You can run your ribbon through it and they'll all hang like this. Now, one word of caution about this punch when you're doing it and the embossed dots is that if once you punch and it starts to leave a pile of the clippings underneath, it will stop embossing if you have too many underneath there. So you have to be sure to clean it up. So I did a couple of samples like that. There's one right over here that I did, and I actually used that punch to punch all of the edges. And then I put them in rainbow order. Again, I beg you to remember that this is a warehouse, so there is all kinds of stuff behind it, and it isn't perfect, but it is kind of fun and festive. There is another one on the other side over there, and that one actually is in two-piece colors. That one's the basic Great Origins collection. And I just left that one plain, all triangles, no edges or anything like that. Just really simple, strung it on some really nice ribbon and did that. Now, another banner that I did make, which I thought was really fun, and I saw something like this in Anthropology once, was where they took different strips of fabric and hung them all on a string. And this one I did it with paper. And these were all scrap papers that I had on my desk. And I just tied them to this ribbon. Actually, tied the ribbon to them, I guess. And I crinkled them. I rolled them. I cut varying shapes and sizes, accordion, just all kinds of different things. You could hang them close together, far apart, all different kinds of fun things to do. I just did it in coordinating colors. This one I actually wet down, dampened, and then wrinkled, so it's really distressed looking for a different look. And this one I hand cut the edge. I also made a paper flower. You could use the tissue paper flowers in between all of these. Just so many different endless possibilities that you can do with these. So just another way that you can use some of your paper stuff to decorate or, I don't know, just have fun with it. It's a good thing to have fun with your paper scraps. The last thing I'm going to show you, which I know a lot of people have done, is use frames. This was a collage frame that I had and decided not to use anymore in my home, and just added a whole bunch of scrap paper that I cut into 4x6 rectangles and put them all in here in a rainbow fashion. I'm really into rainbow colors right now in order. So, I mean, you could do something like this for a collage. You could actually put a picture in there then. You could put some words in there, do some journaling. We also have the collage frames from Doodlebug that would work really great, and you can actually then put a tissue paper flower inside there if you wanted. I also have done ones where it's just a single photo frame and then done them all in order in a line in a room. We did that in our children's bathroom. Just all kinds of really fun things that you can do with your paper scraps and get the most out of the paper and your craft, the things that you love the most about doing scrapbooking, other than preserving your memories. So that's it for my picks for today. I hope that was inspiring, or that you got some really great ideas, and we'll have some fun with your paper products sometime soon. Thanks!